Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Greenwood Baseball today, where the Bulldogs host the Rogers Mounties. And now for the starting lineup for Rogers. Starting at catcher, number 19, Eli Marcotte. On the mound today for the Mounties, number 7, Jackson Wells. Starting at center field, number 2, Cade Seldenbridge. Starting at first base, number 5, Ty Frakes. Starting in right field, number 22, Carson Euchre. Starting at shortstop, number 4, Noah Goodshield. The designated hitter, number 12, Madden Dillard. Starting at second base, number 3, Finley Bunch. Starting in left field, number 1, J.T. Melson. Starting at third base, number 25, Lance White. And the head coach for Rogers, Matt Melson. And now the starting lineup for the Greenwood Bulldogs. Starting in right field, number 20, Chance Oak. Starting at second base, number 4, Reed Carroll. Starting in center field, number 3, Caden Brown. Starting at first base, number 12, Matthew Monday. The designated hitter, number 14, Aiden Keenan. Starting at third base, number 9, Hunter Houston. Starting in left field, number 23, Luke Brewer. At catcher, number 21, Aiden Saki. The shortstop, number 26, Bryce Morgan. And on the mound today for the Bulldogs, number 25, Landry Jerica. And the head coach for the Greenwood Bulldogs, Chad Mercado. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand as we play our national anthem?
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Greenwood Bulldogs baseball field. Tim Terry would call it Nine Pines.
I think I would
he's not
too.
Here, I'm not going to.
Nine Pines Field, that's right.
Nonetheless, I have noticed one thing, Mr. Holland. It's a lot more organized over here in baseball than it is in the softball press box when we start getting things rolling. We welcome you aboard here at the live stream. That's going to be consistent. Dustin Smith, Sean Holland will be bringing you action today. And a non-conference action. Greenwood with a tune-up before state tournament action. Both Greenwood and Rogers with an opportunity to see some pitching and get ready for the state tournament, which is for both schools beginning on Thursday, of next week. Rogers comes in with 20-7 on the year. Very impressive, 11-3, I believe, in conference. They're in second place in their conference. Will be the 2 seed out of their bracket in the state tournament. Greenwood, the 4 seed, will play right now scheduled for Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning against Sheridan, which is the 1 seed out of the South. But as we've said a number of times, that's subject to change based upon graduations of teams once they have all qualified, which we should find out later this evening
Right.
what that exact time is going to be. But defensively for Greenwood, across the infield, Hunter Houston will play third. Bryce Morgan will play at short. Second will be Reed Carroll. And returning to the lineup for Greenwood, Matthew Monday will be at first base. Aiden Saki, the catcher. Landry Jerica on the mound, and out in the outfield, anchored by Luke Brewer in left, Caden Brown in center, and Chance Oaf out in right. A little different look for Greenwood defensively. Aiden Saki in there. Dylan Strozier usually handling the duties behind the plate, but he has been ill this week. So they're giving him another day of rest, and that'll play Aiden Saki behind the plate. And we're ready to get going. Eli Marcotte, the catcher for Rogers, will lead off. Facing Landry Dorica, beautiful 72-degree day, 5 o'clock first pitch. That breaking ball was swung on and missed. And we have strike one. Wind blowing in from right. A drop of wind.
That was a drop of.
That's a drop.
Drop of wind.
Landry Dorica kicks and fires, same pitch. Same result without the swing. Strike right down the pipe. And Landry quickly ahead, 0-2. Marcotte is the catcher. Landry kicks and fires. That ball's fouled off to the right, tracking towards the Rogers bus. But it falls harmlessly in the grass. We'll do it again, 0-2. Sean, how many times you see a catcher lead off?
Not very often.
That's not very common. Landry comes back. It's also tracking for the bus, and it's missed that. So he's fouled it off. Marcotte has 0-2 again. Landry has done nothing but throw strikes in the early going here, and that's pretty much a common theme that may get repetitive throughout the night.
Well, and that's okay because you're wanting him to get ready for next week.
Good discipline there by Marcotte. Laid off it, and that's the first ball of the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good move by Saki there, just keep it in front of him. Even though no runners are on, with a catcher who hasn't had a ton of experience in the game at the varsity level, good opportunity for him here. That ball grounded towards third. Hunter Houston gets it, but it goes underneath his glove as he's charging, and that'll be an error on Greenwood, and Marcotte will be on. So that'll bring Jackson Wells to the plate. Hunter Houston charged that ball, lifted up his glove just a little too quickly, and that ball scooted underneath his glove. And Marcotte is on, so Jerica will have to work from the stretch. Jackson Wells, the pitcher for Rogers, will step in. Marcotte over at first. Jerica gives him a slight glance. He kicks and fires. That ball fouled off straight back. Strike one. Guess you'd say partly cloudy skies today.
I'd say mostly sunny.
Depends on if you're optimistic, you're half glass half full kind of guy.
That's right, yeah.
Jerica back up in the stretch. He delivers. That ball bounces. Saki blocks it right in front of him. Throw down to second, and Marcotte will advance. So he's in scoring position, 1-1 the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Saki did a great job keeping it in front of him, knocking it down, and great read there by Marcotte at first to get a jump and get into scoring position. Saki with a strong arm behind the plate. Early traffic for Rogers here in the top of the first. Jerica kicks and fires. That's straight down Main Street for strike 2. One of those where Wells may have been looking for the off-speed pitch, and it was straight speed. And a strike 2. Got a battle now. 1-2 the count. Leadoff runner at second. Jerica kicks and fires. That ball flared towards right, down the line, and it will get out of play for a foul ball. Bunch of foul balls today. Or no, they're going. This is the second batter of the game. We've already had 3 balls leave the yard. So we'll do it again. 1-2 the count. Jerica back set up on top. Right-hander kicks and fires. That ball fouled right straight back towards the green Jeep.
No matter where it's parked.
It's a ball magnet. Foul ball. Wells stays alive. Strike 2. Again, this Rogers team's 20-7 on the year, 11-3 in the 6A West. Jerica comes back. That ball just inside. Ball 2. So a battle at the plate. Sun has now disappeared. Nobody loves that more than the right fielder. That ball ripped towards center field, and that'll get down. Caden Brown over to cut it off. Marcotte thought about going. They held him there. So it's a single. They hold him to a single. Good job there by Wells as he singles to left center. And that'll bring Cade Seldom-Ridge to the plate. Seldom-Ridge will play center. Left-handed batter, and we'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher, as Wells is the pitcher. Marcotte goes to third. Greenwood will play back in the middle, try to get the double play, and in on the corners. Seldom-Ridge, left-handed bat, looks at the first pitch, and it's high for ball 1. Landry going to have to dance around some early traffic here. Rogers putting some pressure on early. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Jerica kicks and fires. That ball right down the pipe for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Runners at the corners for Rogers here in the top of the first. Senior right-hander Jerica kicks and fires. That ball is off speed, and that's located perfectly for strike 2. Rogers' first 2 batters have not been worried about the 2-strike count. They fouled off several pitches, finally got the pitch they've liked and been able to put it into play. See if that changes here for Cade Seldom-Ridge. Saki calls time and gives the infield the instructions with runners on first and third. What will happen if courtesy runner runs down towards second? Will he throw through or will he not? Jerica looking for a big strikeout here. Kicks and fires. That ball hit right back to where Bryce Morgan was, but left to try to cover the old hit and run, and that advances the runner, and that scores the first run on the ball game. So Morgan was kind of caught in dead no man's land as he was going to cover second base as the runner broke for second. Seldom-Ridge just put it right where he wasn't. Found the opening there in the 6 hole. And that'll put the first run on the board for Rogers here. Jerica now, the runner's on first and second. He'll face Ty Frakes. Frakes is the first baseman. Squares to bunt, misses that, but they call it a strike, and it gets past Saki to the backstop. So both runners advanced, second and third respectively. And now the force out's out of play. Frakes will see if he'll bunt again. Runners on second and third. Do you do a squeeze play here, a safety squeeze? Try to play another run, or just let Frakes swing away? And he swings away. Fouls that one off for strike 2.
I think Rogers came to town today to hit. I don't think they...
Yeah, I don't think you become 20-7 without being willing to hit.
Right.
And they have been locked in from first pitch. Runners here on second and third. Already 1 run across. Landry kicks and fires. That ball is out of the strike zone, but Frakes offers at it and goes down swinging. Out number 1 via the K. So now Carson Euchre, the right fielder, will step into the batter's box. Still runners at second and third. Only 1 out. Rogers with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. That ball high and inside for ball 1. Eureka been filling up the strike zone. Although it doesn't look like it with runners on second and third, they've just made some quality hits. That ball fouled down the right first baseline. The first base coach bobbled it momentarily, but no error on the play as he was able to field it, fire it right back to Landry for strike one. See what Landry comes back with here. Batter way behind. See, fouled that one off. See if Landry stays with some heat or if he brings a little slide piece. That ball fouled off again to the right side for strike two. This is a good competition, obviously, for Greenwood. Step out of conference play, and you're playing a team that is really, really, really good. And give Landry some different looks of how he can
20
adjust.
and 7?
20 and 7.
Wow.
Landry kicks and fires. That one, strike three.
Woo, backwards K.
Backwards K as Euchre left bat on the shoulder. And that just shows you how nasty that pitch is from Landry Eureka. It caught Euchre there just standing. Still runners on second and third. Landry trying to dance out of this trouble. Noah Goodshield, the shortstop, steps to the plate. Landry kicks and fires. That ball fouled off to the right side for strike one.
You don't see a whole lot of them going foul the other direction.
No.
They're not early.
No, that just shows you the deception he's got, either with that fastball that gets on him quicker than they think or his slider that is dirty.
Mm-hmm.
0-1 the count. Runners on second and third. Good shield behind that one again. He fouls that one off. He's just trying to get his hands to that one. It was inside, trying to get his hands through it. Fouled it off out of play for strike two. Good shield, the sixth batter of the inning. 2 runners on, 1 run in. Back-to-back Ks. Landry trying to strike out the side here. Kicks and fires that ball, just an excuse-me swing. He swung late, kept himself alive, and fouled it back to the net. Eureka stance, fires. That ball hit squarely to Hunter Houston at third. Bobbles it momentarily, fields it, and throws over to Monday to retire the side. But not before Rogers scores a run. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Rogers 1, Greenwood 0. You're watching baseball on Greenwood Sports Center. I guess we just talk through this, don't we?
We could.
Yeah, we can talk.
We're not.
So, again, we'll kind of recap what's going to look like next week as the baseball team heads to Jonesboro.
That's right.
They're the 4 seed. We'll play Sheridan. We know that for sure. We'll know later tonight if they play at 3 o'clock as the scheduled time or if that time will be adjusted due to graduations of other teams. It's not Greenwood's graduation because Greenwood doesn't graduate until May 21st. So that would be during the state finals if either baseball or softball are able to advance to that point. So we know they'll play at 10 o'clock, or, well, scheduled for 3 o'clock right now in Jonesboro. We know that it is at Jonesboro and it is against Sheridan. What we don't know is what time.
So do you get to change graduation or do you get to change the state finals?
They will try to schedule the game when you don't have graduation. So whoever makes it to the finals, the AAA will look at and say, okay, if say it's us and Benton, just as an example, Benton's graduation is Thursday night, the 13th. So they will have already graduated. If our graduation conflicts with that, then they will try to move us to Saturday to be able to accommodate graduation or play early enough on Friday to be able to play and then come back to get to graduation.
Now, the finals themselves are in Benton, is that right?
Yeah, this year only because of the fallout from COVID. Not being able to use Arkansas, and Arkansas not knowing if they were going to be hosting regionals or super regionals, if that would interfere with the state tournament, because we didn't start school until 2 weeks later than we normally would have. So it kind of kicked some things back and did some things at both the collegiate level and our level. So this year only, soccer, softball, and baseball will be played at Benton, the finals anyway. Baseball state tournaments at Jonesboro, softball state tournaments at Mountain Home. So that'll bring us to the bottom of the first. The pitcher for Rogers, the aforementioned Jackson Wells, right-hander. And Chance Oaf, the right fielder, will lead off for the Greenwood Bulldogs here in the bottom of the first. Rogers with a 1-0 lead. Had runners on second and third, but a ground out to third ended the inning and limited the damage. Oaf squares the bunt, fouls it off for strike one. Now Oaf sees the first baseman back a little ways. Third baseman had come charging in, so if he could pull that with him down the first base line, that's what he was looking to do. Wells kicks and fires. That ball's inside. Oaf had squared the bunt again. Pulled the bat back for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strikes. 1 strikes.
Strike.
Good strike. This time Oaf gets the bunt down, and he's going to try to beat it out, and he does.
And
the second baseman's not able to get there in time. Oaf put it in a beautiful spot where he made the first baseman and the pitcher converge, and neither one of them were able to pick it up and throw to second, or the second baseman covering first in time. So Oaf is on with a leadoff bunt single. And that'll bring to the plate senior second baseman Reed Carroll. Pickoff attempt over to first base. Oaf back in time. Reed Carroll set to dig back in. Oaf faked. They threw to first, and it goes into right field. The second baseman was covering. The pickoff attempt behind Oaf sailed into right field, but the right fielder, which is number 22, Carson Euchre, was there to back it up.
Euchre,
not Bob. Wells kicks and fires. Reed places a bunt in the same place Oaf did. This time Wells gets off the mound, but Reed does his job. A sacrifice bunt moves the runner over to second base. So Oaf slides into second. Good job there by Reed Carroll to get the bat down, or the bunt down, and now put a runner in scoring position with center fielder Caden Brown, the senior, at the plate.
Now, do you think that Mercado's just seeing what his bunt looks like in this game? It's non-conference. You're wanting to try some things out to see what you got. Do you think that's kind of what we're looking at?
I think it's just a matter of advancing runners, trying to do situational approach, figure out if you're in that opportunity. Now a fake, and they pick off Oaf at second because it was a pick-off attempt. Oaf danced off a little bit too far, and he gets picked off at second base. So now Caden Brown, without a runner in scoring position, will bat with 2 outs. And that ball on the outside corner for strike one. That ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Greenwood drew it up like they wanted to. Got the first runner on, moved him over with a sacrifice bunt, and then Oaf was picked off second base. And Wells fires that one past Caden Brown for strike 2. Wells kicks and fires, this time in the dirt, about a 58-foot breaking ball. Caden Brown lays off of it for ball 2. That ball ripped foul down the third base line. So we remain 2-2. Brown has been an offensive spark plug for the Bulldogs. Has batted several places in the lineup throughout the year. I believe he settled into this number 3 slot. Fouls that one off into the dugout for Rogers. We'll do it again. Brown fouls that one off out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Been that count for a while. And swing and a miss, strike 3. So Wells faces the minimum in the first. Greenwood had 1 hit, but after getting picked off, Greenwood goes down in order. And we'll go to the top of the second. 1-0 our score. Rogers with a 1-0 lead. And Eureka back out to the mound for the Bulldogs.
Oh, that's
Which would be a little bit of a delay.
more than one, yes. That might take us off the air altogether.
We're starting the second inning here. And we'll begin inning number 2. Madden Dillard, the DH. Landry Dorica back to work. Starts off with a breaking ball. That's in the dirt, 4-1. Madden Dillard, another left-hander for Rogers here in their lineup. Dillard, Bunch, and Melson are the 3 scheduled to bat. And that pitch is in there for strike 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Dillard flares one towards left just over the outstretched arm of Hunter Houston, and that'll get into the left field for a hit. So a single to left for Dillard, and the leadoff runner aboard again here for Rogers, and that'll bring the second baseman Finley Bunch to the plate. Bunch, another left-handed hitter. Looks like we're getting a little bit of rain, spitting a little bit out there. Eureka kicks and fires. Bunch squared to bunt. It was a strike anyway, and Saki fired down to first, trying to throw behind Dillard. Oh, and 1 the count. Eureka kicks and fires. Bunch squared again. That ball goes off of Saki's glove far enough where Dillard's able to advance to second. That one for Bunch, squared to bunt again and took strike 2. I don't know that you're going to find a better pitch to bunt. I know it's on the outside corner. But your goal is just to try to advance the runner to third.
Right.
So you get the bunt down and do whatever it takes. Now you're in 1-2 count. Jerica kicks and fires. That ball apparently was over but low for ball 2. There were a lot of people that wanted that strike call.
I was one of them.
Yeah, but to no avail, and here we go. 2-2 the count. That ball flared off to the left side over the netting. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner out on second is Dillard. Led off with a single to left. And Bunch has battled here in his plate appearance. Jerica ready. He kicks and fires that ball on the outside corner, and Bunch just fouled it off. Tried to see another pitch here in this at bat. Went into the Rogers dugout. So we'll do it again. 2-2. This Rogers team has been quality at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
They have worked the count. They have fouled off pitches. And Saki will take time and go out and visit with Jerica. It's one of those, they're learning each other.
Mm-hmm.
When Dylan's used to being behind home plate and Saki's inserted in the lineup here, he's got to figure out just so they're on the same page. They don't want the runner to get to third. That ball outside, and the count is full. So Bunch has worked it to a full count. Good battle here at the plate. Jerica being tested here as Rogers has had traffic in both halves of their inning. That ball flared, and it is going to reach somewhere in Smith Robinson Stadium. Fouled off and we'll do the full count again.
Nothing going on in Smith Robinson Stadium tonight.
Not right now, no. It's a little quiet over there.
Yeah.
Had state track yesterday. Jerica kicks and fires, and Bunch has worked a walk. That ball was out. So that'll bring J.T. Milson, the left fielder, to the plate. And Milson will bat from the left side as well. Third base coach giving the signals, the signs, what he wants to happen. And Jerica from the stretch again. Bryce Morgan fakes over like he's going to get it. Ball popped up. Saki out of his crotch, and he makes makes the play. Good play there from Saki as he located the ball and was able to track it down.
Yeah, and rain has begun to fall heavily.
Yep. How's that going to treat our equipment out there?
Well, it's not going to be any good on it.
Nope, and Home Plate Blue is going over to visit with the first base dugout.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to decide what we're doing here, if it's going to be a rain delay, storm delay, what. Kelby said there was lightning in the area, but it was out 16 miles out.
Well, we've got this, and there's a much bigger storm coming. So I'm going to leave you with it here, Dr. Smith, on this camera from the press box, and I'm going to go gather some cameras.
Yeah, you're going to go make sure equipment stays safe.
Yes, sir.
Here we are, one out. Jerica kicks and fires. I'm going to say the batter offered at it. That batter is back to the leadoff hitter, Marcotte. He didn't agree with the call, but that's strike one. And the third base coach is coming down and saying he didn't come close to swinging. Can you at least check with the field umpire? Runner still, first and second 0-1 the count now. Eureka kicks and fires that one right down the pipe for strike 2. So Marcotte reached on an error in the first inning. He's at bat here in the top of the second. Eureka sets, kicks and fires. Strike 3. Marcotte swung through that one. That'll be the third K of the game so far for Eureka. 2 by the swinging variety, 1 by looking. And that'll bring Jackson Wells to the plate. Wells had a single to left his first at bat. I say it was to left. He hit it where Bryce Morgan had deserted going to cover second base. Ball found the left field. And he's at the dish here with an opportunity. Landry kicks and fires that ball high for ball 1. Wells, the opposing pitcher, trying to help his cause here. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Runners at first and second. Dillard led off with a single. Bunch followed with a walk. And Landry wanted that pitch. It was inside, according to the home plate umpire, for ball 2. 2-0 count. Wells digs in, watches that one. That's inside again for ball 3. Landry just inside with those last 2 pitches. Has to come with something here. We'll see if Wells has the green light on the 3-0 count. Eureka kicks and fires. That's right down the pipe for strike 1. Three and 1. Eureka sets, gets the signs he wants, kicks and fires that ball in side for strike 2. They say it catches the inside part of the plate. The Greenwood faithful are asking where that was on the first 2 pitches. Looked like it was the same location. This time it's a called strike 2. 3-2, runners will be moving. Eureka kicks and fires. That ball popped up, and it's going to be out of play. It's going to get over the first base dugout. So we'll do it again. Make those runners tired. Fell off several of those. Force it any soft one, as they would say. Any bag. Wells battling to stay alive and try to keep this inning going for Rogers. Eureka kicks and fires. That ball plunks Wells. It's inside. And Wells will take a stroll down to first base as he's hit by a pitch. So that'll load the bases. And that'll bring Seldom Ridge to the plate. Seldom Ridge had a single his first at bat.
Runner number 18, Jake McCain. Now bagging his center fielder, number 2, K. Seldom.
So Wells did a great job of just battling there and had a 3-0 count. Got 2 strikes and then took a pitch and wore it and walked down to first. Seldom Ridge singled his first at bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Seldom Ridge is holding down center field for Rogers defensively. Eureka kicks and fires. Tries to get it on the outside corner, and it is called strike 2. So an 0-2 count. Landry with an opportunity to wiggle off this hook. Kicks and fires. That ball fouled off behind Saki to the back screen. And Seldom Ridge stays alive. 0-2 our count. 2 outs, bases full. Top of the first. Rogers with a run in the first inning. Threatening here in inning number 2. Eureka gets the sign he wants. Kicks and he fires that ball high for ball 1. It's one of those pitches you try to just throw up there and see if the batter will offer at it. High fastball is hard to lay off of, but Seldom Ridge was able to do so right there. Landry kicks and fires, this time right back up towards Bryce Morgan at short. He flips to second. Reed Carroll covers, and that'll end the inning. So Greenwood gets out of it. They left the bases loaded. Greenwood was able to avert any more damage, and we'll head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 or 1-0 is the score. Rogers with the lead. Greenwood with Monday, Kennan, and Houston scheduled to bat against Wells here in the bottom half of the second. So Seldom Ridge grounds out. Landry's able to work his way through the traffic. No damage, no more damage was done in the top of the second. See if Greenwood can put some pressure on Wells here, their half of the lineup, in their bottom half of the second inning. Wells, quality arm. I'm not sure what he is. That looked like lightning real close. And they're going to tarp the field. So thunder in the area, and we will have a delay. Not for sure how long, but the coaches will talk, and we'll determine how long this will be, this being the delay. So we're in the top of the bottom of the second. 1-0 the score. Rogers is ahead, and it appears that they're looking at the radar to see just how long this delay will happen. So, we got a little storm in the area. See which way that's moving. So it looks like it may be short-lived. We just need to tell them we're under a weather delay for the time being. They're going to tarp the field, but I don't know how long that'll be. Depends on the weather. Yeah. I need to talk to Chad to find out just how long. Can one of you guys run down and ask Coach what they're planning? And we can provide some information as soon as we get some information. Let you know where we'll be, and I can tell you where the Greenwood baseball team is. They're headed down the left field line to get the tarp. Yes, sir. Yeah, the GMAC or the high school. I mean, the high school's closer, but